What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I wanted to talk about the 335 IS. I told you guys there's gonna be a video like this coming up, and today is the day. This car is so unique that I really wanted to point out how unique it is on this video. For those of you guys who are new to the channel, we actually picked this up completely totaled out. It was totaled out for 2 years, hasn't been driven, so we decided to pick this thing up, fix every little detail. I'll throw up a picture right here of how it used to look like, and pretty much, I mean, you guys are about to see how it looks right now. It looks absolutely insane, a huge transformation. But yeah, we got everything dialed in. We have 0 lights on the dash, only 57,000 miles on this thing, and it's such a beautiful spec, such a gorgeous car. And we're gonna be getting into why this car is so special. I mean, this thing is a 335 IS with only like 2 upgraded options. Everything else pretty much comes standard on this car, which is just absolutely crazy to say, because I've been doing some research on what comes standard, what doesn't on this car, and this car comes with a lot more standard than you guys think. So without further ado, I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it. Again, this video is just gonna be kind of an informative video for those of you guys who are wondering what's so special about the 335 IS. This is the video for you guys to watch. So just kind of put you guys in perspective. You guys can get a 328i LCI in the same year, a 335 LCI in the exact same year, or a 335 IS. And actually, when the time these came out, there was no more N54s. There were all N55s for all the new LCI ones that came out, and pretty much all the pre-LCI ones that came out. I mean, that was pre-LCI. This car wasn't made at the same time the N54 335s were made, if that makes any sense. This actually was like produced at the same time as the N55s on the E chassis, and was like pretty much pushed out at the exact same time. So for those people that actually really wanted an N54 and they were making the N55 335s, this was like the ultimate car, the twin turbo N54 335 IS. So this is the 335 IS that I picked up. For those of you guys who are new to the channel, the accident was on this side. It was non-driving. You got everything dialed in, brand new bumper, brand new lip, brand new headlight, brand new hood. As you guys see, we also have the M3 style hood. This does not come with the 335 IS. It does come with a regular hood, but again, a lot of the things that you guys see from the front end is only for the 335 IS, so that's what we're gonna be getting into. For those of you guys who are into the power numbers first, let me go ahead and just pop the hood. Like I said earlier, this is the N54 that comes on the 335 IS. All the 335 IS is produced, I believe, from 2011 to 2013, comes with the N54, and the normal 335s at that time was the N55. So this is the N54 engine, and what's super special about this one is that it actually has 320 horsepower, and I believe 330 foot-pounds of torque completely stock. So that's actually, I think, 20 horsepower more and 30 torque more than a factory like N54. So that is pretty cool that from the factory you already pretty much get a like, I guess, more boosted engine. And the next thing is gonna have to be the cooling. So in terms of the cooling, what they actually have done on this car that no other BMW has in this generation is this fan. This is an upgraded radiator fan that's meant to be able to cool down this engine more. So it's a stronger fan, more powerful fan, cools down the engine more. And on top of that, they actually have a secondary oil cooler here. So there's one right there, one right there. So this car actually has 2 oil coolers, unlike the 335 I's. They only have 1 oil cooler. I believe it's on that side. So yeah, we have 2 radiator oil coolers. We have an upgraded radiator fan that's way more powerful, and we already have a lot more power. So what's going on underneath the hood already, guys, it's pretty significant. So you guys see what's going on in the engine in terms of the drivetrain upgrades, but also in the drivetrain upgrades, we have a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. The 335 IS and the 135 IS are the only 2 cars that come equipped with this, with the N54s or N55, the dual clutch transmission. This is super nice, very fun to use. You got the sport option there. It feels very crisp. It does feel a little laggy when you guys get off from like 0, but there is a tune that fixes that. So yeah, again, this transmission is really nice. It only comes equipped with the 335 IS or the 135 IS, and I just think it's super cool. When you get inside this car, you know this car is special when you come with the 7-speed dual clutch transmission. Now, when this thing was released, you did have an option to go with the manual or the 7-speed dual clutch, but I mean, if you're getting a 335 IS for, you know, all about the unique stuff about it, I feel like the dual clutch is the way to go, because any 335 can get a manual transmission, but not any 335 can get a dual clutch transmission. So I think it's pretty awesome. And since we're in the interior, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys other things that come factory with this car. Now, the navigation wasn't a factory option. You guys can choose the no nav or nav, so that doesn't come with every single you know, like 3 Series like the 5 Series does. The 335 IS still had an option for no nav or nav. I love the nav. I've always preferred the nav, especially all 335 ISs come with the CIC, so the upgraded nav with Bluetooth and everything. I prefer this upgrade. Now, what does come standard is this beautiful honeycomb trim. Like, look how gorgeous this looks. It has a texture, a beautiful texture to it. It looks amazing. When you get inside the car with this aluminum right here, it just reflects and it looks so beautiful. You have the beautiful 335 IS badge. It reminds you what car you're driving every time you get into it. And now, actually, not only there, that's actually for the passenger to know what car you guys are driving. But for the driver, you have the 335 IS right there on the cluster with these beautiful gray gauges. Again, this whole thing is different. This is not a normal cluster right here. So you get the beautiful 335 IS on the cluster, the beautiful gray. That's also not a factory thing for other like 335s. That's only for the 335 IS. That I find that super cool. And also the 335 IS comes with this really nice headliner, like a headliner that doesn't come like, usually like if you go with an M Sport and other cars, you'll get a black headliner, but this one has a different kind of like texture to it. I believe it's like an anthracite headliner. So yeah, that's super cool. It only comes with the 335 IS. Normally every other M Sport comes with a black roof. And like I said, guys, if you guys went with a 335 LCI, you have to choose the M Sport model to even get a black headliner. The 335 IS comes standard with a black headliner, comes standard with a bunch of M badging all around the car. For example, like on this steering wheel, this is an M Sport steering wheel, beautiful steering wheel, comes standard with paddles, comes standard with the M badging right there, comes standard with the black headliner and everything, so that is super cool. And also comes standard with this M door trims, which also looks pretty awesome. Now, as for the red interior, the red interior is an upgraded option, but what you guys do notice is that these are the sports seats. So these seats actually have the bolstering on the sides, the bolstering on the bottom. These are the sports seats, and this actually comes standard in every 335 IS. For the 335s, you still actually have to pay for the sport option. You don't get the sports seats in every 335. So 335 IS, they do give you that luxury where sports seats are standard. The red was an additional option. I believe it was a $1,500 option. Super cool to see that BMW actually made a car that you didn't have to pay for much options. Like for this car, everything you guys see in this interior for the 335 IS comes standard other than this navigation and other than the red seats, but you do get the sports seats. I just love the fact that this one actually comes with the nav and with the red seats. I think that those are just two amazing features that came on this one in particular. I'm super happy about that. I do believe they also come standard with the heated seats, which is super nice. Now coming down here, guys, you get two aluminum paddles. The gas pedal and the brake pedal are made out of aluminum with some extra padding, and these are special to the 335 IS, which I find them super nice. These are not aftermarket. You would have to get that aftermarket in any other car other than the IS. And down here, the rest pedal actually has some M badging on there, and again, that is special to the 335 IS. I think that's super sick. It comes stock standard. That is pretty awesome. Now coming back to the front of the car, guys, let me show you guys what makes the 335 IS so unique. If you guys look at the grills on the sides, the 328s and the 335s just have fog lights here, but the 335 IS actually has intakes right there into both radiators on both sides. And actually this center grille right here, this is actually larger than the 320s or 335s with the M Sport. This bumper does look the same, but it is slightly different with the 335s and also the grills that add literally more airflow to this car. When they designed the 335 IS, they were designing it with cooling in mind because they wanted to make sure this N54 can handle all the power. Also, some more 335 IS characteristics. You actually have 335 IS badges on both sides, on both fenders. These badges cost a lot. Don't ask me why, but yes, those badges are on both sides on the side of the car as well to remind people that this is a 335 IS, not a 335. And if you guys look at the wheels right here, this is a 19-inch style 313 wheel. These are upgraded. The 335 ISs come standard with an 18-inch, but these are the 19 inches, same style 313s. But I just think these look so good, and I love how this car has its own unique wheels from the factory, so people know this again is a 335 IS. And even on the rear, guys, M Sport bumper from the factory, 335 IS badging, but this rear diffuser is special also to the 335 IS. These little fins right here was meant for extra aerodynamics, which are super cool. And what's also special back here is that it actually has a custom M Performance exhaust for the 335 IS. Again, guys, this car came with so much unique things. LCI taillights from the factory, because this is obviously you know, a 2011 and newer. This one in particular is a 2012, but they came in 2011, 2012, 2013, and you also get the LCI headlights. One more thing I actually forgot, these aren't weren't the grills that originally came with this car. This was to come with single slot ones, but this is the first car from BMW that they actually came with gloss black grills from the factory. No other car, the 335s, whether you get an M Sport or whatever, don't even have an option to get gloss black grills. The 335 IS actually came with the option to have gloss black grills, which I think is super cool. And speaking of gloss black, I almost forgot, it actually comes with this black shadow line trim all around the window. This is slightly faded, became kind of a chrome, but it's supposed to be gloss black all the way around. And again, this is factory for the 335 IS. You have to buy that option on the 335s and the 328s that even are LCI. And what's super nice also, it also comes standard with a gloss black finish on the mirror as well. Usually the caps come in gloss black, and these are so kind of like textured, but this is also gloss black, so it looks super slick, super good. And then obviously, like I mentioned, the gloss black grills. Guys, this car was designed very nicely in mind for performance and style, so that's why I love the 335 IS. I think it's a very unique car, and these were actually, I believe the numbers are only 3,000 in the world that are coupes and 3,000 in the world that were convertibles. So this car is actually way more rare than your E92 M3. And again, if you come with the custom spec like the DCTs, the numbers do go down as well. There's a lot of manuals, a lot of DCTs, so this could be only like one of 1,500 in the world that come with the DCT transmission. And obviously with the red interior, if you guys do all the specs, you guys can actually get a really low number production car when you go with the 335S. You can get something that's very unique for the money, and that's why actually I've fallen in love with this car. I'm not a huge N54 guy, but this thing is very reliable and very well built. Now this car also does bring a lot of attention. There's a police right there watching me record this video, and there's another one right over there. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm gonna go ahead and roll down the window, but yeah, I think they're looking for me. Really comes to show you guys how unique this car is. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, guys, I absolutely love this car, and I found it so unique. And as I'm building different cars, I find each BMW uniquer and uniquer, but this one really stood out because this one has so many exclusive things, and I'm absolutely falling in love with the 335 IS. It's such a gorgeous car. It's such a unique car. And if you guys want to get one, I recommend you guys get one of these before they're a little too late. They're going up in price like crazy. And the price of these right now, we're going for the same price as E92 M3s. I mean, higher mileage E92 M3s, but these are going, like this one in particular, on 57,000 miles. If this was a clean title, this would be going in the ballpark around $26,000, which is absolutely insane. Actually, especially with the red interior and the navigation and the DCT transmission, I do think this one in particular can go for $28,000 to $29,000 if it was a clean title. So yeah, guys, these are already getting very expensive, and they're only going to keep going up. If you guys look at the E46 M3 ZHPs, people say, okay, well, you know, it's not an M car, it's not going to hold its value, it's not going to keep going up because it's not an M car. Well, look at the E46 M3 ZHPs, for example. Those cars with low mileage are sometimes even going for still $20,000 to $25,000. When I mean low mileage, I mean like 100K. Like 100K, which this car is pretty much half from it, is still going for $20,000 to $25,000 for a perfect condition ZHP. So again, guys, if this is your dream car, I think you guys should snag it before it's too late. Let me know what you guys think about the 335 IS. Do you guys prefer this over the E92 M3 because technically it's in the same price range, or do you guys prefer the naturally aspirated V8? Let me know down below, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to smash the like button. Also, make sure to subscribe to see more videos on hidden features on other vehicles. I actually upload a lot more videos on my primary channel that have to do with the rebuilding. I've actually rebuilt this car personally on my main channel. Link's gonna be down below. But if you guys also love finding out new things about cars and new features and quirks and things like that, make sure to subscribe to this channel. It's gonna mean the world to me. It'll help me out. But without further ado, guys, I love y'all so much. Remember to stay humble. I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace out.